Hi, welcome back to my channel. I have my front door open, so you may hear my neighbors drive by. Next week, I plan on uploading a video doing the July flip through in my planners, my After the Pin. Today, I thought I would film what's in your journaling bag. I have quite a few journaling bags that I keep beside me. I journal, plan, work on my laptop in the kitchen, what I call the kitchen nook, on the kitchen table. And I have these bags beside me. They're filled with a lot of stationery stuff, other than the yearly planners. And I do have a Coffee Monster Co. washi tape subscription box that I am subscribed to. I'm essentially on a no buy, no spend challenge for myself, because I do have a lot of stickers, washi tape, planner things that I want to try to use up. If you like what you're watching, give me a thumbs up, and if you don't, give it a thumbs down, and then subscribe if you'd like to see these types of videos and or After the Pin videos, which is generally what I film.
Hi, this is Future Editing Me. I was getting ready to pick the stuff up and put it away back on my table, and I really realized how much stuff I have. So please no hate. I know I have a lot of stuff. Here's Kit Kat. But I know I have a lot of stuff. And that's why I'm on Team Use and not Team Hoard. This is why I haven't bought anything other than the planners. I haven't bought anything new. Washi tape, stickers, anything like that. Because I do have a lot of things. And I think it just need to start using it. So that's it. I hope you guys enjoy the video. I hope it's not too long. I'm going to try my best to edit it down as much as I can. So before I sign off, let me see if I can get Kit Kat into the picture. Kit Kat. There he is. Okay. See you guys later. Bye.
So the first thing I wanted to share with you is this bag that I purchased from Daiso. I purchased this last year or the year before. I do like Donald Duck. I think this might have cost me maybe $2.50. Unfortunately, I don't know what they call this, but this little thing that you would pull, the tab, broke. But I didn't want to toss it because at the time it was still in good condition. I mean, you can sort of see it peeling on the top, but I do like it. But in here, I do have my most frequently used pins, markers, highlighters. I keep my glue stick in here. I have the ruler from Coffee Monster Co. also in here. The napkin is for the stamps that I purchased from JetPens. In my opinion, these are pretty juicy when I use them on the pages, on the paper. So if I don't have time to sit there and let it dry, I will use the napkin and tap it down to dry it faster. See, like this washi tape is one that I use once in a blue moon. This is from Coffee Monster Co. But here's all the different, and then these were like some cheap highlighter markers that I purchased from Amazon, and the color, I had to write down what the color was because when I used the highlighter, it didn't really match what was on the outside body. This one's my favorite for skin tone when I do my little doodles. This one is called the Flesh Color, right there. This one's really nice. I really like this one. I stocked up and bought a bunch from Michaels online when it was on sale a few years ago. So I'm still using the same one. In this thing, I have my inserts for the pens. So for the Hobonichi pin, which I don't have, oh, here was one, like this. I keep these beside me. I think I purchased these either from Amazon or from JetPens. I can't remember. And then my husband bought me a pen a few years ago. And so I put those inserts in here too. So that way when I need to change them out, I got them right here. And then here's like the washi tape my nephew brought back for me when they went to Japan. I like this guy too. But so this kind of gives you an idea of the kind of things that I keep in this particular bag. So now let's move on to the next one. This is a bag that my husband brought back for me from his work. It's a nice big bag. And in here I keep washi tape. This I purchased, I think, from Box Lunch. It came with a couple of other things. It's used as like a cosmetic bag, but I use it to hold stationary things. So you can see my really thin washi tape I keep in here. This is my 5-year Hobonichi. So let me just show it to you really quick. Everything in this bag is everything that I need to doodle, sketch, watercolor. Kind of gives you an idea. I still have not painted these in, but I did for June. So having everything that I need to do this in one bag, in one place, has been efficient. This is my Hobonichi A6 Techo from 2024. I had used this as a diary, and I kept track of the weather in here. So if you've watched my other videos when I showed this guy, I keep track of the weather in here too, every day for the year. Since I didn't journal in here every single day in 2024, if I'm missing the weather, I look in here, because I did do it in here, and then I would fill it in and then put this guy away. But I keep him in the bag too. I do have quite a few watercolor pens. This one is, I think it's called Prima. And I'm one of those people that don't know. I don't really like to, you know, mix your own colors and stuff. I don't do well like that. So I like to try and pick as close of a color that I like and then apply it to my drawing. But I won't mix it on the lid. I like other people, real artists do. So you can see mine is very clean. My covers, my tin covers, the lids. This one's tropical. So this is Paul Rubens. This is kind of like a glittery, shimmery type watercolor. So this is what the colors look like. And this is what this looks like inside. So when I am trying to pick a color, I will have this laid out like this. And that way I can look at the color and then associate it with the dried watercolor next to it. And then if I'm working on this side, then I would move it to this way and then pick accordingly. This has been really fun to use, especially just to give my drawing that kind of kick. Here's another Prima. And I think I have one more. And it's the Classics. And I think this was my first one. So when I'm drawing, coloring it in, I have all of these laid out. If I don't have them laid out, I have them in the bag beside me, and then I just kind of dig through my bag and look for the color that I want. I also have more napkins to help dry my paintings. Okay, let me put this back in really quick. Now the last thing I want to show you about this bag is on the outside they have some pockets. So this is where I would keep more napkins. And then over here is where I keep my pencil. I have another one of that flesh colored watercolor, marker pen, brush pen that I really like from Zig. So I keep that in here. I do have 2 water brushes, and it's filled with one's filled with water, which is the one that I'm currently using. This one's not. And then I have my pencil with the eraser, on the outside. So on the days where I feel like I really want to sketch and draw, this is the bag that I pull closer to me on the bench. So let's see if I can lay him down right there. Boop. The next one I want to show you is this cute little tin. I can't remember where I purchased it from, but it's Curious George. It's like a little metal lunchbox. And in here, I kept my summer washi tape. A few are from Daiso or the Sanrio store. So there's one right there. And then a few are from Coffee Monster Co. So when I'm journaling in my Sterling ink and I need some beachy type washi tape to indicate these are the pages for my nephew. My nephew is currently in Hawaii working. I just opened up this tin versus, let me fix him and put him over here, my big old washi tape bag. This is also purchased from Box Lunch, which was a partner to this bag. So there's two. There's actually one more, but I have my battery stuff in there, which is French fries. It's a bag French fries. So this is my washi tape, but it's a sister bag to this guy. And in here I have more washi tape, which you can probably see. I don't need to pull them out. A lot of them are Coffee Monster Co. I do have a few from Jet Pens, some from Daiso, which is the Zootopia one. This is also from Daiso. And so this is easy to, you know, flip it open and then to dig through whatever I want in here. But this is my washi bag. I do have more washi tape. I have Disneyland popcorn buckets. I think there's 3 or 4 of them in that IKEA storage cart that was popular, probably still is popular, that people use. I have, I think, 1 or 2 rows of that tray filled with the Disneyland popcorn buckets and a lot more washi tape, which is why if she does cancel the subscription, this will be all that I will be purchasing from Coffee Monster Co. Because I have more than enough washi tape to last me a lifetime. So let me put that up there. Now this is my Gus Gus. I think they call this, is it called a hat train box or something like that? But it's a cosmetic bag, and I use this to house more pins. Hopefully my husband's not watching this because he did not know I bought this. He knew I bought this my Gus Gus bag. He doesn't know that it's filled with a bunch of gel pens that I purchased on sale from Amazon last year maybe. But you can see how crazy full it is. It came with refills. So there's that. This I purchased from Daiso. It is a cable protector, and it looks like that, and it looks like that. So I have a few more of these. Here is, so this is that flesh colored real brush that I like from Zig. I bought it from Michael's when it was on sale. So I stocked up and I got this. Definitely like it. And what else do I have? Oh, this I bought a few years ago. This is a no bleed pin. Sorry that it's so dirty, but it's in my bag. But I really like this. I don't think they sell this version anymore, but I have 2 more to use before I run out. I have this one underneath the table next to me so my husband can't see it. So there's my cute little Gus Gus bag. Guess I'll put them like that. I don't know if everybody's gonna fit. The next one, second to the last, this I purchased from the Happy Planner. It says Create 365, so I bought this a few years ago. I don't think they sell this anymore. And it looks like this on this side, and then from the top, I have my stickers, my sticky notes. So I have a Cameo, I think it's called the Silhouette Cameo cutting machine. I can make my own stickers. And so I have a bunch of sticker flakes. As you can see, I like tins. And in here, I have more stickers. This I purchased, I think, from the Sanrio store or from Daiso. And the sun's starting to come in through the window, so hopefully the reflection isn't too bad. But you can see so much that I have in here. These are more stickers that I purchased from Michaels a few years ago, which I keep in here. Here are 2 more tins purchased from Disneyland. So here are 2 tins that I purchased from Disneyland, and here they're loaded with sticker flakes. I said I wasn't kidding when I told you that I have a lot of stickers. What I would do is, when I bought, say like this, I would just cut the bag and then fill up my tin. So that way, instead of having, 20 of these, it's all in one tin. And then I just kind of move the stickers around and look for what I want. If you've seen my planning pages, you can see how chaotic it looks. Instead of looking really organized and clean and crisp and everything matches. This is why. I put all my sticker flakes, instead of keeping them together, I spread them out. And then I just pick out what I want to use. But hopefully you can see what that looks like without the sun interfering. And I think I purchased this a cup in 2020. No, had to be 2019 because it expires September 13 of 2020. But didn't eat the candy. I think I gave that to my husband. I really wanted the tin, just like I wanted this one. 2018. So, and this one's also filled with a bunch of sticker flakes. I do have a problem. And then this one is filled with a bunch of sticky notes. Most of this is probably purchased from Daiso. And that's what the back looks like. You can see, so I don't need to pull that out because I'm sure you know what that looks like. Let me fill this back in. Now this bag I use as my journaling bag. So if you remember, let me open up the other side. And let me lay him down. So if you remember this is my Hobonichi A5. I have I think it's my Wonderland. Yep, it's a Wonderland 222 notebook. I use this as when I started the year, it was going to be my gratitude, only positive stuff goes into this planner, into this notebook. Since then, because I haven't had a whole lot of good things to write about, I've started using this as my diary. And I've been trying to journal in it when I feel like it. So that's what it looked like. So the Wonderland 222 notebook has blank pages in the back. This is from Knott's Berry Farm that my sister purchased for me a number of years ago. Now I'm going to put him aside because the last one is my big one. This is a bag that my sister, my older sister, used to belong to her. It's really big. Let me show it to you like this. So when I was growing up, she used this bag for her work, and I just loved it. So when she moved out, of my parents' house, let me set this aside. When we were at my parents' house cleaning up, I found the bag and she didn't want it anymore. So I asked her if I could have it. And so I filled it up with a bunch more journaling stuff. So I'm gonna take out what's in this bag and show it to you. So here I have another one of those bags that fit into the Happy Planner bag that I just showed a couple minutes ago. In here I have a lot more markers, some color pencils. I have a couple of gel pens that I use in the Wonderland 222, the tracker where I use to color in the boxes of my habits. That's right here. These guys bleed through pages, so I kept it separate from this bag as well as this bag, so that if I want to write on an index card or on something where I don't care about the, you know, the image on the back, I will use this. So that's one. I have a bunch of Happy Planner sticker books. I think I bought this as a set because there's a few of these that I would not individually buy on its own. I try to use them. So there's that. Here's more Sharpie No Bleed markers, pens. So these are the newer ones. Haven't used this yet, but as you can tell by the box, I've had it for a while. And when I hopefully get around to it, the ink will not be dry. Okay, leave that there. I do have cable ties purchased from Daiso. And I don't know if you can see what that looks like on this side. No, you can't. Let me pull one out. And it's Velcro. And then you would wrap it around the cable, and then it would keep it secure. So I have this for my laptop, and any other cords that get too long, I will use this. Here are the thin washi tape that you saw in this guy. I should probably hide this in here so my husband doesn't know that I have another one. I have extra inserts for my traveler's notebook. I think I purchased this from Amazon. But it comes, I think, with 3. Yep, comes with 3 notebooks, blank notebooks. So yep, they're blank paper. Pretty sure I purchased this from Amazon. But I have that also in that bag. Now here's a big Coffee Monster Co. bag. Oh my, you know what? I think there's more washi tape in here. Yep, so I have extra washi tape from Coffee Monster Co. And then you can see all the, so this is when I discovered Daiso. So my sister bought me this from Zootopia. But you can see all these sticky notes that I just couldn't resist. I'm pretty sure I purchased this from Daiso too. Yeah, this will actually fit in the weeks, in the monthly inserts. This will fit in there. This will also fit on the Traveler's Notebook. I don't have it here. The Traveler's Notebook, what am I using in there? It's the Sterling Ink N1. This will fit in the monthly boxes too. So there's that. This I purchased from Daiso, but the top broke, so I cut it up because I liked the picture and kept it. But look at all these sticky notes that I have. Some of these you may have seen me use. This one I think maybe from Daiso or Sanrio. This is definitely Daiso. Can you see how cute they are? Little kitties. Little dogs. You know, and for like $1, $1.50, they're just so cute. This is why I need to start using them. Here's more. Hopefully you can see this and the sun isn't too, oh, this is cute. I should use that too. I got 2 of those. This is instructions for a tumbler. I don't know why that's in there. I got this little girl. I think I purchased this from Amazon. And another one. And then something my sister bought me. more from, I'm pretty sure this is Amazon. So you got these little stickers. Here's more of this. And then these are my extra washi rolls that I'm hiding from my husband. So let's put that back in there. So bag number 1. Here's the smaller bag, bag number 2. Guess what's in here? I have Kuretake Zig Clean Color brush pens. And they look like that. I bought a whole set of these a long time ago. Here's the napkin if I need to tap it down. I have more gel pens. This is the glittery ones in here. But you can see it's just loaded. Oh, and here's that Sharpie pen. But that's what I have in this bag. This is where my no buy, no spend thing started up because I have so many of these. I can't remember why I have this little guide, but in here I have more sticky notes. This I purchased from Disneyland. This is like Monster Ink, but I have a lot of these. So I've been using these to cover my family's faces in my journals. When I show you, when I do my flip through in my catch-all Sterling ink, this is where I grab it and cover their faces. So I have a lot of these, and that's in this little bag. So we'll plop him right there. In here I have, so this little bag is from Daiso. But within that bag, because it's too small to, or this is too small to hold everything, this is a traveler's notebook. This is like the bag that came with the diner notebook that I purchased from them. I have all my stamp stuff. This is a Hello Kitty stamp that my sister bought for me many years ago when I was younger. And then I have some inks. Now, I don't know much about stamping, inks, things like that. This came with my traveler's notebook, Train, which is why I wanted that particular, I bought a passport size, which I use as my wallet. Again, I don't know much, so you're probably looking at this and thinking, okay, those are wrong, terrible inks. But this one, I kind of like the color. I've got this, and this is all in here. I got these blocks, and then I got all these little stamps. So these I really like. I'm hoping to find a better ink pad so I could stamp this onto sticker paper and then just fussy cut around the sticker paper so I can use in my planners. And you can see how many. If there's a better way to keep these other than the way that I'm doing it, let me know down below. I don't want to invest in buying more stamps. I just want to use what I have. I think I can use it more efficiently. I just don't know how. Which is why I still have, you know, all these little guys. So those are my stamps. I guess we'll put him right there. And I guess the last thing I should share, well, second to the last, here are more stamps that I purchased from Jet Pens. This plastic thing, I think I purchased from Staples a few years ago, but I keep my stamps in here. So I can kind of have it all in one place. So hopefully you can see what they look like or which ones they are. I have a shopping cart, YouTube, a dog paw, another YouTube, a fork and knife, and then a birthday cake. And this one says things to do. And then the last thing I want to show you is this bag. I think I purchased this from Hot Topics maybe, or Box Lunch. I do love Winnie the Pooh, as I'm sure many of you probably do too. But in here I have more sticker stuff. So instead of pulling everything out, I'm just going to show you a few. So I purchased this. This is like stickers, but it's on washi tape paper. Washi tape sticker paper. I like these. I have a couple of these little sticker flakes. This I purchased from Sanrio, and I really like this because it came in its own little case, and it has a bunch of its own sticker flakes. So I have a couple of those. I have some like magazine stuff cut out that I put in a little glad bag to keep. They're mostly Christmas stuff that I plan to stick down on my paper. Oh, I have more sticker flakes, Sanrio. Here's a couple more, Sanrio. This is from Traveler's Notebook, passport size. What else do I have in here? Did I show you this one? See, here's another one of those sticker cases, loaded with stickers. So you can see why I am on a no sticker, no spend. And then here are some sticker release papers that I purchased from Traveler's Notebook. And it's just filled with, let me grab one. And it just has stickers inside. But I keep it in here so that if I need it, I know where it is, because these are the ones that I use frequently. And I think that's everybody. That's everybody. Yep. So here is everything that I have in my journaling bags beside me in my kitchen nook, on my kitchen table. It's a lot of stuff. If you liked the video, give it a thumbs up. If you didn't, give it a thumbs down. Subscribe if you'd like to see After the Pin videos. I hope you guys have a great weekend, and I'll see you later. Bye!